like to request that PFAS source control be added to legislative priorities, specifically Senate Bill 0088, as it will be reintroduced in the next legislative session. Oh, and I could also say that this bill is important because it turns off the faucet on PFAS, and then we can start cleaning it up. It's a good first step.
Thank you, Commissioner Waller. I saw a hand from Commissioner Davis and Commissioner Corral-Sepulveda. Commissioner Davis.
Thank you, Madam President. Also on the legislative agenda as well, I believe one of the items was a change in the titles for commissioners' aides, or at least the flexibility to change those titles. If I recall correctly, last year we had either consensus or close to it that the same provision of our legislation would also include a deputy executive director. And I am curious to see where my colleagues are on that particular element of that legislative change. I know it's something that I continue to be in favor of. I think it adds redundancy in our to our operations. It's something that I believe all of our board members, at least those who were here last year, supported. And at this point, I would be curious to see if my colleagues are interested in that continued interest as well.
Thank you, Commissioner Davis. Lee? Thank you. So everything for item number 37, if it's listed for item number 37, it's the majority of the board, or it's the will of the board that agree with it. So both of those are on item number 37. So majority of the board wants us to move forward with that as part of our legislative agenda. Yes, Commissioner Davis.
Thank you, Madam President. No, that's not, I'm not disputing that. I think we all do agree. What I'm trying to understand is whether there is interest in an add-on to that, which is something that the board had already agreed to. I'm not disputing what's on the list already.
What exactly is the add-on? The add-on you stated is the deputy executive director and the aide position, right?
The aides are on the list. That invokes a certain provision of the MWRD Act. What I'm asking is whether the board still agrees that a deputy executive director should be added to the same amendment for that provision of the Act.
Thank you. They do agree. It's Corral-Sepulveda and then Chairman Garcia, unless does your comment directly relate to Commissioner Davis? Yes, Chairman Garcia.
Thank you, Madam President. Commissioner Davis, I think they amended the letter and they included the deputy director.
Thank you. I didn't see that in the last iteration.
I do have a question, Madam President.
Yes.
Could those two items be combined into one item so that it's presented as one bill rather than two separate ones, or as they relate to both the same statute provision, rather than to keep them separate?
Thank you. It's no reason why it should not be able to, but I think we should go along with the guidance, or take the guidance of Brendan, and he will decide what should be lumped together and what shouldn't be lumped together, since that's his area. Do you care to speak on that, or did I pretty much cover it? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we'll go to Commissioner Corral-Sepulveda.
Thank you, Madam President. I just wanted to make sure I got the bill number right here. Bill SB 0088. Yes, that's the bill. Thank you.
Commissioners, do you have any additional questions or comments for item number 37? Yes, Commissioner Davis.
Yeah, thank you. On the bill that Commissioner Waller cited, my understanding from past practice is that we would need some statement from the board to that effect. Brian, would you and your team be willing to provide some insight into that?
Good morning, Commissioner. Insight as far as language that would be added to the bill, or what were you thinking?
If I understand the question, it was a question about whether we could support a bill that we did not initiate, and what the process is for MWRD to support or even, disapprove or reject a bill for that matter.
Good morning, Commissioner. I think I'll ask Brendan O'Connor to speak on that. But yes, I think to answer your questions, we can do that, in my understanding. Thank you.
And right before Brendan, but you could still just come up to the mic, leave. Before Brendan gets started, I need you all to remember that all suggestions, if we go through with them, are the will of the board. So our process before we even take it to Brendan will to follow up with Commissioner Waller, get a clear understanding of what her ask is, and then John Joyner or Executive Director Perkovich, we will talk to each commissioner and get their take on it. If a majority of the board wants to move forward with the request of Commissioner Waller, then we will move forward with it. Then we will sit down with Brendan and Susan Miraculous, who is the head of the legal department, and we will decide on what the best path forward is. All right, Brendan?
Good morning, everyone. Brendan O'Connor with the Law Department, Legislative Liaison. So a couple of clarification points. So Senate Bill 88 as it currently exists is in the 103rd General Assembly, and the 103rd General Assembly will conclude or adjourn on June 8th at 11:59 a.m. At noon, the 104th General Assembly will be inaugurated, at which time all bills' numbers will start fresh, right? And so once we identify what Senate Bill 88 currently is, what the new number is, then the protocol internally would be that district staff would review it, provide comments, and then present or make a recommendation to the executive director to communicate to the board a position that we would take on a bill once we know the new bill number. The same thing, it's open communication, it cuts both ways. So at the district, historically, taking a formal position on a piece of legislation can be done essentially in two ways. Today we're adopting our initiatives, right? So this is the board's initiatives that have directed us to move forward. It requires a majority of the board to do that. Assuming you approve the agenda today or which items you approve, then staff has its marching orders to try and implement those changes in Springfield. If there are other ideas or bill numbers, et cetera, we always are reviewing bills as they're being filed, but if you hear from different stakeholders that you interface with and or there's interest in a specific bill, by all means, please let us know about that, and we'll keep an eye on that, and we'll interface, we'll raise any review and comment on that, and assuming that there is an interest for the board to take a formal position on that, staff would bring forward, the executive director would bring forward a resolution to the board to formally have the board take a position on the bill. And so the board, taking a position on a piece of legislation in Springfield is an expression of district policy, which is in the purview of the board, which will require a majority of the board to support that resolution. Just as an observation of having done this for a couple of years at this point, what we try to avoid is individual commissioners trying to get the district to take positions on bills. There can be times where different commissioners have different opinions on bills, and therefore, because it's an expression of policy, it does require all of you to vote in favor of it. So once Senate Bill 88, PFAS source control is a topic that we have flagged to keep an eye on, we'll identify the bill, we'll review it, and then we would bring forward a resolution with a new bill number, making a recommendation that the district support.
Thank you. Commissioner Davis, do you have a follow-up comment?
That answered my question, Madam President, just about the process for support if that were to be considered.
Thank you, Commissioner Davis. Commissioners, do you have any additional questions, comments for item number 37? Okay, we'll move item number 37 back to the consent agenda. Madam Clerk, will you read item number 38?
Item 38, authority to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with and make payment to the City of Chicago for the design, construction, operation, and maintenance of the Lamont Street and Maple Avenue Underground Storage Project in Chicago, 24 IGA 19, and amount not to exceed $6 million.
Thank you. Commissioner Brady Davis.
Thank you, Madam President. When I was first appointed to the board in the summer of 2023, we were in the midst of a historic rain event. It poured as much as 8 inches of rain in certain areas, including the west side of Chicago. And during that time, I bared witness to the devastation of that flooding on the west side of Chicago. And I'll never forget going to see a basement daycare that was flooded. A small business owner lost her livelihood from that flood. And so I want to say today that I am thrilled to see this continued collaboration with the City of Chicago to provide additional capacity to local sewers during flooding events and intense storms. I am thrilled that this project will provide 1.7 million gallons of storm storage and protect 3,000 structures, squarely addressing the stormwater management infrastructure issue on the west side of Chicago. I know that Alderwoman Nitz has really beat a drum about this and has been crying out for support for her people. And so I just want to thank the board, I want to thank staff and the executive director, because this is environmental justice in action. And so I want to thank you, executive director, and I want to thank the staff for continuing this, and thank the board for supporting this.
Thank you, Commissioner Brady Davis. Commissioner Davis.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to echo what we all just heard from Commissioner Brady Davis. You know, we've heard a lot over the past couple of months about the district's stormwater capture in other places around the county. And I think credit is, it's important to provide credit where credit's due. And in this case, the staff has done a good job on outreach. This is an important project. We all talk about disproportionately impacted areas. We all saw the devastation that Commissioner Brady Davis spoke about on the west side in that area. And this is an important project to move forward, and it shows the district it cares deeply about serving all of our communities. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Davis. Commissioners, do you have any additional questions or comments for item number 38? Okay, we'll move that item back to the consent agenda. Commissioners, do you have any items that you would like to be pulled for discussion that were not already called? All right, Madam Clerk, will you please identify the items on the agenda to bring forth to the regular board meeting?
Yes, Madam President, the following items have been recommended to bring forward to the regular board meeting. Agenda item numbers 1 through 40, and that concludes the agenda for each standing committee, Madam President.
Thank you. Moved by Vice President Flynn, second by Commissioner Brady Davis. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Hearing none, so ordered. Are there any items to be discussed in executive session? Seeing that there are no items to be discussed in executive session, the committee of the whole meeting is adjourned. Do you need a break? We'll go past the 5-minute break if that's okay with everyone. The 5-minute break was to reconvene in the regular board meeting, but this has been a short discussion, so we'll keep going. The regular board meeting is now back in order. Madam Clerk, let's start with the 2025 budget items. Does everyone have their budget items ready, board? Please read, Madam Clerk, will you please read item number 1?
Item number 1, authority to amend the adopted 2025 budget.
Moved by Vice President Flynn, second by Chairman Garcia. Roll call.
Commissioner Brady Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Brown.
Aye.
Commissioner Davis.
Yes.
Vice President Flynn. Chairman Garcia.
Yes.
Commissioner McElroy Kirkwood.
Yes.
Commissioner Perazza Boveda.
Aye.
Commissioner Waller.
Yes.
Madam President.
Yes.
9 yeas, no nays, Madam President.
So ordered. Madam Clerk, please read item number 2.
Item 2, motion 1, reads as follows. I move that the 2025 budget of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District, Greater Chicago, as adopted December 12, 2024, be amended consistent with motions adopted this date, and I further move for the adoption of the following budget items at this time. A, that the 2025 budget of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District, as adopted on December 12, 2024, be amended to reflect the changes set forth in Schedule BF 21, page 1 to page 2. B, to correct the details on all statements and supporting schedules, subtotal summaries, and recapitulations of the budget, to agree with the changes made necessary by the revisions of the budget for 2025 and other necessary corrections. C, to revise the resource statements of the corporate fund, the construction fund, the capital improvement bond fund, the bond redemption and interest fund, the reserve claim fund, the retirement fund, the stormwater management fund, and the corporate construction and stormwater working cash funds where necessary to show the resources that are now estimated to be available for appropriation in each of the said funds. And D, that the budget of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District, Greater Chicago, for the fiscal year 2025, as amended this date, be adopted as the budget for the fiscal year 2025. Dated December 19, 2024. Respectfully submitted, Patricia Teresa Flynn, Chair of the Committee on Budget and Employment.
Second.
Moved by Vice President Flynn, second by Commissioner Brady Davis. Roll call.
Commissioner Brady Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Commissioner Davis.
Yes.
Vice President Flynn. Chairman Garcia.
Yes.
Commissioner McElroy Kirkwood.
Yes.
Commissioner Perazza Boveda.
Aye.
Commissioner Waller. Madam President.
Yes.
9 yeas, no nays, Madam President.
So ordered. Madam Clerk, will you read item number 3?
Item 3, adopt ordinance 024-008A, amending the annual appropriation ordinance of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District, Greater Chicago, effective for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2025, and ending December 31st, 2025, adopted on December 12, 2024.
Moved by Vice President Flynn, second by Chairman Garcia. Roll call.
Commissioner Brady Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Commissioner Davis.
Yes.
Vice President Flynn. Chairman Garcia. Commissioner McElroy Kirkwood.
Yes.
Commissioner Perazza Boveda.
Aye.
Commissioner Waller.
Aye.
Madam President.
Yes.
9 yeas, no nays, Madam President.
So ordered. I would like to remind the board that the following 2025 budget items are motions to reconsider. Madam Clerk, please read item number 4.
Item number 4, motion number 2. I move that the Board of Commissioners of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District, Greater Chicago, reconsider the vote adopting ordinance 024-009, entitled ordinance number 024-009, to the levy of taxes for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2025 and ending December 31st, 2025. Upon all taxable properties within the territorial limits of the district, as said territorial limits exist on January 1, 2025, for the purpose of providing revenues for the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District Retirement Fund and Corporate Fund. Dated December 19, 2024, respectfully submitted, Patricia Teresa Flynn, Chair of the Committee on Budget and Employment.
Moved by Vice President Flynn, second by Chairman Garcia. Roll call.
Commissioner Brady Davis.
Nay.
Commissioner Brown.
No.
Commissioner Davis.
No.
Vice President Flynn. Chairman Garcia.
No.
Commissioner McElroy Kirkwood.
No.
Commissioner Gross Sepulveda.
Nay.
Commissioner Waller.
No.
Madam President.
No.
0 yeas, 9 nays, Madam President.
So ordered. Madam Clerk, please read item number 5.
Item number 5, motion 3. I move that the Board of Commissioners of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Chicago reconsider the vote adopting ordinance 024-10 entitled Ordinance Number 024-010 for the levy of taxes for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2025 and ending December 31st, 2025 upon all taxable property within the territorial limits as the territorial limits exist on January 1, 2025 for the purpose of providing revenues for the construction fund. Dated December 19, 2024, respectfully submitted Patricia T. Sterling, Chair of the Committee on Budget and Employment.
Moved by Vice President Flynn, second. Second by Commissioner McElroy Kirkwood. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Brady Davis.
Nay.
Commissioner Brown.
No.
Commissioner Davis.
No.
Vice President Flynn. Chairman Garcia.
No.
Commissioner McElroy Kirkwood.
No.
Commissioner Gross Sepulveda.
Nay.
Commissioner Waller.
No.
Madam President.
No.
0 yeas, 9 nays, Madam President.
So ordered. Madam Clerk, please read item number 6.
Item number 6, motion 4. I move that the Board of Commissioners of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Chicago reconsider the vote adopting ordinance 024-011 entitled Ordinance Number 024-011 for the levy of taxes for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2025 and ending December 31st, 2025 to pay the principal, to pay the interest on outstanding bonds and to discharge the principal thereof. Dated December 19, 2024, respectfully submitted Patricia Teresa Flynn, Chairman of the Committee on Budget and Employment.
Moved by Vice President Flynn, second. By Chairman Garcia. Roll call.
Commissioner Brady Davis.
Nay.
Commissioner Brown.
No.
Commissioner Davis.
No.
Vice President Flynn. Chairman Garcia.
No.
Commissioner McElroy Kirkwood.
No.
Commissioner Gross Sepulveda.
Nay.
Commissioner Waller.
No.
Madam President.
No.
0 yeas, 9 nays, Madam President.
So ordered. Madam Clerk, please read item number 7.
Item number 7, motion number 5. I move that the Board of Commissioners of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago reconsider the vote adopting ordinance 024-012 entitled Ordinance Number 024-012 for the levy of taxes for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2025 and ending December 31st, 2025 upon all taxable property within the territorial limits of the district as said territorial limits exist on January 1, 2025 for the purpose of providing revenues for the Reserve Claim Fund. Dated December 19, 2024, respectfully submitted Patricia Teresa Flynn, Chairman of the Committee on Budget and Employment.
Moved by Vice President Flynn, second by Chairman Garcia. Roll call.
Commissioner Brady Davis.
Nay.
Commissioner Brown.
No.
Commissioner Davis.
No.
Vice President Flynn. Chairman Garcia.
No.
Commissioner McElroy Kirkwood.
No.
Commissioner Gross Sepulveda.
Nay.
Commissioner Waller.
No.
Madam President.
No.
0 yeas, 9 nays, Madam President.
So moved. So ordered. Madam Clerk, please read item number 8.
Item number 8, motion 6. I move that the Board of Commissioners of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Chicago reconsider the vote adopting ordinance 024-013 entitled Ordinance 024-013 for the levy of taxes for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2025 and ending December 31st, 2025 upon all taxable property within the territorial limits of the district as said territorial limits exist on January 1, 2025 for the purpose of providing revenue for the Town Water Management Fund. Dated December 19, 2024, respectfully submitted Patricia Teresa Flynn, Chairman of the Committee on Budget and Employment.
Moved by Vice President Flynn, second by Commissioner Brady Davis. Roll call.
Commissioner Brady Davis.
Nay.
Vice President Commissioner Brown.
No.
Commissioner Davis.
No.
Vice President Flynn. Chairman Garcia.
No.
Commissioner McElroy Kirkwood?
No.
Commissioner Peralta Sepulveda?
Yay.
Commissioner Waller? Madam President?
No.
0 yeas, 9 nays, Madam President.
So ordered. Madam Clerk, please read item number 9.
Item number 9. Motion number 7. I move to reconsider the vote on the 2025 budget of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago as amended this 19th day of December 2024 in motion 1 and in ordinance O24-008A. Dated December 19, 2024, respectfully submitted Patricia Teresa Flynn, Chair of the Committee on Budget and Employment.
Moved by Vice President Flynn, second by Chairman Garcia, roll call.
Commissioner Brady Davis.
Nay.
Commissioner Brown.
No.
Commissioner Davis.
No.
Vice President Flynn. Chairman Garcia.
No.
Commissioner McElroy Kirkwood.
No.
Commissioner Peralta Sepulveda.
Nay.
Commissioner Waller.
No.
And Madam President.
No.
0 yeas, 9 nays, Madam President.
So ordered, and that concludes the vote on the 2025 budget item.
Madam Clerk, please read motion item number 10.
Item number 10 is motion to appoint the hearing officers for 2025-2026. I move the following attorneys at law be appointed as hearing officers for the hearing appeals under the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Chicago User Charge Ordinance, for conducting proceedings under the Sewage and Waste Control Ordinance and the Watershed Management Ordinance, and for conducting other administrative proceedings as the need may arise. 1. Heather Begley. 2. Ava George Stewart. And 3. Leslie Brewer. Dated December 19, 2024.
Moved by Commissioner Brady Davis, second by Vice President Flynn. Roll call.
Commissioner Brady Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Commissioner Davis.
Yes.
Vice President Flynn. Chairman Garcia.
Yes.
Commissioner McElroy Kirkwood.
Yes.
Commissioner Peralta Sepulveda.
Aye.
Commissioner Waller.
Aye.
Madam President.
Yes.
9 yeas, no nays, Madam President.
So ordered. Madam Clerk, please read ordinance item number 11.
Item number 11, request authority to amend the proposed user charge ordinance of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago.
Moved by Vice President Flynn, second by Commissioner Waller. Roll call.
Commissioner Brady Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Commissioner Davis.
Yes.
Commissioner Vice President Flynn. Chairman Garcia.
Yes.
Commissioner McElroy Kirkwood.
Yes.
Commissioner Peralta Sepulveda.
Aye.
Commissioner Waller.
Yes.
Madam President.
Yes.
9 yeas, no nays, Madam President.
So ordered. Madam Clerk, please recite the items for consideration.
Madam President, item numbers 1 through 11 were read. Item 12, report on cash disbursement for the month of November 2024 in the amount of $41,654,930.68. Item 13, report on rejection of bids for contract 24-638-21 HVAC improvement or verifications estimated cost $19,144,325. Item 14, report on request for proposal opening of Friday, December 6, 2024. 15, report of bid openings of Tuesday, December 10, 2024. 16, authorization to rescind contract 24-8711 specialty railroad truck services at the Stickney service area to Harbor Contractors Inc. in amount not to exceed $1,900,000. Item 17, authority for payment to the Water Research Foundation for the 2025 Annual Research Committee in the amount of $181,584. Item 18, authority to advertise contract 25-66411, seal coating of roads and patching of pavement at the Prairie Pine site in Fulton County, estimated cost $60,000. Item 19, authority to advertise contract 25, RFP 07, professional services to furnish, deliver, and deploy technology platform using real-time advanced analytics for aeration optimization at the Terrence J. O'Brien plant. estimated cost $150,000. Item 20, authority to advertise contract 25 RFP 08 enterprise resource planning assessment, estimated cost $150,000 as revised. 21, authority to advertise contract 22-377-2B raw sewage discharge pipe support modifications for pump 1 through 3 at the Cary plant, estimated cost between $5,168,000 and $6,256,000. Item 22, issue purchase order for contract 25-631-11, furnishing and delivering order control canisters and media to various locations to Cynical Systems Inc. in amount not to exceed $203,100. Item 23, issue purchase order and into an agreement for contract 24 RP15, e-discovery and trial support services for a 3-year period with Simplify LLC in amount not to exceed $390,000. Item 24, issue purchase order CDW Government LLC to furnish and deliver Mimecast Advanced Threat Security Support, amount not to exceed $201,685.40. 25, issue purchase order and into an agreement for contract 24 RP11, Federal Legislative Consulting Services with O'Connell and Dempsey LLC in amount not to exceed $975,000. Item 26, issue purchase order and enter into an agreement with Emerson Process Management Power and Water Solutions Inc. to provide multi-year shared service telephone support and software updates for the Ovation, the Windows DCS and remote telemetry units at the Cary, Egan, Hanover, O'Brien, Stickney plants and the Lockport Powerhouse Control Center and the Waterway Control Room in amount not to exceed $2,358,143 as advised. Item 27, issue purchase order to Remtech Services LLC to furnish and deliver one crystal growth enhancement device, wet mill for the Ostara phosphorus recovery facility at the Stickney plant in amount not to exceed $98,722. Item 28, issue purchase order to Scala Water Solutions USA to provide plant model SR 4640 submersible replacement mixer to the Stickney plant in a total amount not to exceed $56,385.60. Item 29, authority to award contract 25-06311, permission to deliver V-belts, conveyor belts, bearing pairs, locations for new period, it's A, B, and C to BZ Bearing and Power in amount not to exceed $38,987.74. Item 30, authority to award contract 24-67911, roof inspection services, various locations to Garland's DBS Inc. in amount not to exceed $88,999. Item 31, authority to award contract 24-9711, specialty railroad track services at the Stickney service area to track services in amount not to exceed $1,900,000. Item 32, authority to transfer 2024 department appropriations in amount of $110,000 in the capital improvement bond fund and bond redemption and interest fund. 33, report on change orders authorizing time extensions approved by the Director of Engineering during the month of November 2024. 34, report on the approval of closed meetings minutes. Item 35, report on the semi-annual review of closed meeting minutes. Item 36, report on change orders authorized and approved by the Director of Maintenance and Operations during the month of November 2024. Item 37 was read. Item 38 was read. Item 39, request authority to review the proposed amended watershed management ordinance of Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Chicago. And item 40, issue purchase order to OWL Cyber Defense Solutions LLC to provide data diag warranty software updates and off-site maintenance services at the Cary, Egan, and Hanover plants in amount not to exceed $10,187. Madam President, that concludes the recital of agenda items for consideration.
Moved by Vice President Flynn, second by Commissioner McElroy Kirkwood. Roll call.
Commissioner Brady Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Commissioner Davis.
Yes.
Vice President Flynn. Chairman Garcia.
Yes.
Commissioner McElroy Kirkwood.
Yes.
Commissioner Corral Sepulveda. Commissioner Waller.
Yes.
Madam President.
Yes.
8 yeas, no nays, Madam President.
So ordered. We'll jump right into new business. Leave. Thank you all. Well, first, I would like to thank our Executive Director Perkovich and all the MWRD staff for their hard work and preparation on the budget. We truly, the whole board, we truly appreciate your hard work and your fiscal responsibility because you helped make us look good. So we have now officially passed a $1.7 billion budget, and I just congratulate all of the staff at MWRD. Commissioners, give our staff a round of applause. And of course, last but not least, I want to wish everyone a happy holidays. As you all know, whether you celebrate Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever it is you celebrate, make sure you enjoy your family and your friends. And I just wish everyone a happy holiday. And what I will do is, I see you, Commissioner Waller. I'll go through each commissioner and I'll acknowledge each one so you can state your new business. We'll start with Vice President Flynn. Vice President Flynn, do you have any new business? Thank you, Vice President Flynn. Chairman Garcia, any new business?
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to wish everyone Feliz Navidad y Próspero Año Nuevo. I also want to task the Executive Director and the Director of Maintenance of Operations to, in 2025, as a gift to all the residents of Cook County, let's look into composting and biosolids. It was very appropriate that we had a speaker here today. There's probably new technologies, and I think that we need to do more with our wet biosolids, convert them into dry ones, and I would love to keep talking about this. So, present to everyone in 2025, biosolids and composting. Hopefully, the my guys will bring it and not take it away. Thank you, everyone. Feliz Navidad y un próspero año nuevo.
Thank you, Chairman Garcia. Commissioner Brady Davis, do you have any new business?
Yes, Madam President. First, I want to say happy holidays to everyone. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. We also won't see each other until the new year, so Happy New Year. And then I do have a question for the Executive Director. On Monday, December 16th, we were informed construction debris had fallen into the North Branch of the Chicago River at the site of the proposed Bally's Casino, also commonly known as the former Tribune campus. Executive Director Perkovich, can you inform the board of how we interface with the city of Chicago on projects and demolition on the river? As we see more developments on the Chicago area waterways, I want to ensure that we have environmental guardrails to protect our waterways.
Good morning, Commissioner. And yeah, that was a very unfortunate situation that happened over the weekend. It was the demolition site for the Bally's Casino. The demolition plan did not go as according to what they had hoped for, and some of the debris out of the winter wall was being knocked down, fell into the river. So it's not a situation where it's a discharge; it's more of a debris collapsing into the river. So that was a mistake. No one was hurt, or no one was injured, as far as we know. And our staff was made aware of it. We sent our staff to the site. They've spoken to the contractor on site. They took full responsibility for what happened, and they placed a boom in the river to try and catch the debris as it floated. Unfortunately, I think some debris got farther out than the boom than they had realized initially. So there's still remediation taking place, and we've been in contact also with the city of Chicago as well. So this is an instance where the water rec does not have jurisdiction. The city of Chicago does, as far as projects within the city's limits. So we, particularly with construction, right? So we just were more on site to gather information and to make sure there's no discharge happening. I could let Mr. Podrich and Ms. Wasek speak to exactly what the staff's actions going forward are going to be as well. Thank you.
And while she's stepping to the microphone, thank you, Commissioner Brady Davis. I was actually supposed to turn new business over to Brian to give us an update when I started, and I just skipped right into the holiday season. So thank you for that update, and I do think it's important that everyone understands MWRD's role with that unfortunate situation. Thank you.
So Mr. Perkovich gave a good update there. The Industrial Waste Division has been on site each day this week, monitoring progress. When they were there Monday, the large piece of debris, construction debris that had fallen in the river had been removed, and there was a boom in place to keep any other materials from flowing downstream. Unfortunately, we had become aware that some of the perlite, I guess, had maybe blown into the upstream area of the North Branch Canal. So we are there today checking that out. And otherwise, we'll be at the site again today just to make sure everything is progressing satisfactorily. But so far, the construction company has been very responsive and very quickly getting remediation in place, and also they put in a barge, a belly barge, to catch any other debris, unexpected debris from getting into the river. Everything has been progressing satisfactorily at this point.
Commissioner Brady Davis.
And are we having conversations with the City of Chicago about further mitigation strategies? I mean, I'm concerned. I mean, there are other projects coming down the pipe. We've got the 78, we've got the Quantum site, the old steel mill site, which is near Calumet, and so I just am concerned about these construction projects. I just want to know, what is the conversation with the City of Chicago like, so discussing mitigation so this doesn't happen again.
We can reach out to them and have more conversation about how we can work together in the future. Something like, I believe the construction company reached out to the City of Chicago and Army Corps and also IUPA right when it happened. So they were immediately involved. But we can talk more about interfacing with the city on this.
Thank you.
Leave. I just want to piggyback off of that comment. Our lines of communication stay open with the City of Chicago. So we're always in constant conversation with them when we have projects that we both either have an interest in. There have been projects along the river before, and we've been able to communicate with other agencies. The situation with this, it was unexpected and it was an accident, and there's sometimes you cannot control what could happen that's not planned to happen. Kind of expect the unexpected, but it's how you react when that situation happens. And as soon as the situation happened, we have not only had residents reaching out to us and sending us pictures, but our staff made sure that they went to the site and communicated with the construction company about what had to happen and what needed to take place. So sometimes it's how you react to the unexpected, because you can't control what might happen or what happens that's not planned. I hope that helps some. Yes, Commissioner Precious Brady Davis.
I think that there have been a myriad of issues on that site regarding water issues. This is not the only issue that this construction company has had. They literally had to push back the construction on this site due to water issues because they basically didn't plan in advance because of the water pipes that are there. And so I just want to have some assurance from the construction company at hand that there will be future mitigation strategies. So not just the City of Chicago, the construction company. So thank you, Madam President, but there have been multiple issues on this site. So this isn't just on the district, right? This is on the City of Chicago and on the construction company. So it's not just this incident. There are other incidents that have happened as well.
Okay, thank you. I was addressing the City of Chicago comment. Thank you. I appreciate it. Chairman Garcia.
Thank you, Madam President. Executive Director Perkovich, are we able to get reimbursed for costs from the construction company for cleanup due to this issue and any future spillages that may happen out of it?
Good morning, Chairman. So in this instance, they're doing the cleanup, so our staff's not involved in the cleanup currently.
Yes, Commissioner Davis.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you, Chairman Garcia, for that question. I had the same one about cost recovery. I'm assuming, Brian, that we still had staff that had to go out and inspect and review what happened. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. I don't want to put words in your mouth, Chairman Garcia. As I interpreted your question, are we eligible for, I'll just turn it into my question, are we eligible and are we seeking any kind of cost recovery for staff time related to those investigations?
That's a great question, Commissioner and Chairman Garcia. So we'll look into that. We not devoted like hours and hours of staff time to the project, but yeah, we could certainly see what we can get from the contractor.
That would be great. I'm going to suggest a memo since this is somewhat detailed. My question also piggybacks onto another question we just heard, which is, what are our authorities and responsibilities when these incidents happen, as opposed to, say, the City of Chicago's authorities and responsibilities versus, say, the Illinois DNR, which also has authority over a navigable waterway within the state and so on. I think it would be helpful for us to understand the breakdown of those authorities and responsibilities in these kinds of instances.
Yeah, you're right, exactly right, because there are a myriad of governments involved, and I know in instances in the past where there have been discharges off of construction sites, the USPA got involved as well, so yeah, we can do that.
Okay, thank you. I rarely ask for memos because I don't want to put more work on you guys. You already work hard enough as it is, but this seems to be one that I think there's some interest in. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Davis. Does anyone have an additional comment about the new business topic of what we were just discussing? Okay, I am going to take a pause for new business to go back to an item that I need to have us do a roll call vote on. So after Jackie or Madam Clerk recited the items for consideration, I should have asked Madam Clerk after that to please identify the items on the consent agenda. Madam Clerk, can you please identify the items on the consent agenda?
Yes, Madam President. The following consent agenda items have been submitted for board approval. Item numbers 1 through 40, with the exception of items 1 through 12, which were acted on separately. And that concludes the consent agenda, Madam President.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
1 through 11. Yes, 1 through 11, Madam President.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Moved by Vice President Flint, second by Commissioner Brady Davis. Roll call.
Commissioner Brady Davis?
Aye.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Vice President Flynn? Chairman Garcia?
Yes.
Commissioner McElroy Kirkwood?
Yes.
Commissioner Ferrazza-Bolveda?
Aye.
Commissioner Waller?
Yes.
Madam President?
Yes.
9 yeas, no nays, Madam President. For the consent.
So ordered. And now we will pick right back up where we left off for new business. We'll start with Commissioner Brown. Commissioner Brown, do you have any new business you would like to discuss?
Thank you, Madam President. I just wanted to take a quick moment to wish the staff, this board, and those we serve a wonderful holiday season.
Thank you, Commissioner Brown. Commissioner Corral-Sepulveda, do you have any new business?
Thank you, Madam President. Just to wish all a very happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Corral-Sepulveda. Commissioner Waller, do you have any new business?
Yes, Madam President. First of all, happy holidays to everyone. I wanted to congratulate the staff on reducing the watershed management ordinance application approval time. I have asked for specific days for that approval time and would like to share with the Board of Commissioners upon receipt. And then secondly, further to our discussion on engagement with the City of Chicago, I'd like to explore opportunities for alternatives other than connecting brand new riverfront development to the old combined sewer system. This is possible as evidenced by on-site recycling in New York City with the Diamond Sugar development.
Thank you, Commissioner Waller. Commissioner McElroy Kirkwood, do you have any new business you would like to discuss?
I'd just like to thank President Steele and the Board of Commissioners for everybody reaching out to me for my first 2 weeks. So everything has, worked out well. Got my stationery. I'm moving up in the world. But I walked in today. So no, I really appreciate and staff, reaching out to me and everything, getting everything straightened out. So I look forward to working with everyone and just ending, just happy holidays to everybody and your family. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner McElroy Kirkwood. Commissioner Davis, do you have any new business?
Thank you again, Madam President. In addition to holiday greetings with everybody, one follow-up thought too on the incident, the collapse incident. Brian, I know for some time that MWRD and the city were having quarterly coordination discussions. Have those continued?
Again, good morning, Commissioner. Dr. O'Connor, when was the last time we met with the city? I'd say maybe the third quarter.
Catherine O'Connor, engineer. We meet more than quarterly. Well, definitely monthly. Right after the storm, it was every 2 weeks.
Great.
To get this project moving. So
okay.
Regular conversation.
That's great. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Commissioner. Yeah, we different staff meet with the city on different topics. So.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. That's great. And I'm also wondering if maybe this incident might be an agenda item for those coordination discussions. The second item that I had was I wanted to just mention to my colleagues that as Commissioner Brown and I serve as Vice Chair and Chair of the Stormwater Management Committee, we've been putting our heads together about what we can do to be more proactive on that committee, particularly given that one of the primary roles of the district is to relieve people of flooding and stormwater stresses. And so one of the things that we have done is we have drafted some initial ideas about what Vice Chair Brown and I can do to be more proactive, and we plan on sharing that draft for your input very soon. But this is one way in which we'd like to help do our part to make our committees as active as possible. And then finally, just one comment to Chair Garcia. It is so cool to see you geeking out about biosolids and compost like I do. I love it. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Davis. Thank you, Commissioner Davis. Madam Clerk, will you read the motion to adjourn?
Yes, Madam President. I move that when the board adjourns, it adjourns to meet again on Thursday, January 9th, 2025 at 10:30 a.m. and also move that today's meeting be adjourned.
Moved by Vice President Flynn, second by Commissioner Brady Davis. Roll call.
Commissioner Brady Davis?
Aye.
Commissioner Brown?
Aye.
Commissioner Davis?
Yes.
Vice President Flynn?
Yes.
Chairman Garcia? Commissioner McElroy Kirkwood?
Yes.
Commissioner Goodall Sepulveda?
Aye.
Commissioner Waller?
Aye.
And Madam President?
Yes.
9 yeas, no nays, Madam President.
So ordered. The regular board meeting is adjourned. Everyone have a great, productive day. Thank you.